Hello, Diddly listeners. This is the Too Tall to Handle podcast, episode 2, coming at you live. My name is Daria, and of course, this is my co-host, Jana. And today, our tall girl topic is tall people challenges, because the world was not built for our people. I would just have to throw that out. Let's talk airplanes. Excuse me, American, Delta, Spirit, and Ryanair. If you can hear me across the pond, listen.
Listen good.
So back in the day, you're a little bit younger than me, but back in the day, you could just get the exit row for like any old ho-hum seat. And the real trick was like my dad would roll up to the front desk of whatever airline it was.
Well, we have to hold up because your dad is how tall? 6'8"?
Papa Angel, if you haven't met him, he's a gem. He'll be happy to talk to you about literally anything.
And he's going to be a guest, yes, for sure.
1000%. Papa Angel is 7 foot. Like, oh, wow. I grew up in like a Viking-sized family. So like being tall was just something I grew up with because my dad was like such a spectacle growing up. Like everyone stopped him because he's 7 foot, big guy, and just like a jolly individual. But obviously he was not meant to like fit in an airplane. They were, again,
it's like
not
stuffing like a giraffe in a Jack in the Box.
Yes.
It's so messed up. So did you guys take up the entire row, or like the exit row, which is completely filled with angels?
So like back in the day, you could just get an exit row seat. I have like a personal qualm with the fact that it's like an additional fee now, because like
I remember that.
It's just I'm like, wait a minute, it's not my fault that I like never stopped growing and the Lord just needed me to be an exponentially large
this is
individual.
Discriminatory. We should like write them a letter.
Don't think I have not written an email.
Okay.
Just because it's one of those things where it's not just me, but like the person beside me, like you see them, like I'm going down the aisle and I see them.
They're like, please don't sit next to me. Please don't sit next to me.
It's like me and then whoever's holding the baby. Like we just get these looks that they're like, oh no. Because like, yes,
her long legs are going to encroach on my space.
Yes. I mean, I've had flight attendants called on me because like the person couldn't lean their seat back. Like I used to wear knee pads, like on the airplane, I'd wear my volleyball knee pads because people would just like slam into my knees. Yes.
Where's the big game, Jan? That's so weird.
It was just like, because the airplanes were so tiny. And if there was no exit row, I had to be prepared.
Okay.
Listen, I was like, you weren't wearing compression socks and knee pads on your plane. All right.
No.
Someone's fancy.
No, just you. That's okay. But anyway, so that is a huge thorn in our side, is flying on airplanes for
sure. What do you feel like your biggest tall girl challenge is?
I would say online shopping, or just shopping in general. That's a huge issue for me.
It's like a kind of a bitter
topic
for me.
Actually, when I was younger, my mom would call it mall rage, because I would get so angry when we'd go to the mall that I would be rageful because all my sisters were so tiny and they could fit into everything. And same with her. But for me, it's a little bit more of an issue. So I've grown out of that, and luckily online shopping has become more advanced, so you can check reviews, and they got tall girl websites now, but that, before was a huge problem.
I think it's still kind of a challenge, because if someone springs an event on me or like a party, I'm like, no, like I can't do impromptu plans, because like if I need an outfit, there needs to be like 3 to 7 business days, depending on shipping. I got to order 2 sizes to see which one I land in.
We don't have a George Foreman big and tall.
We do. But that's a challenge too, is like, because there is like a big and tall, and like there is plus and there is petite in store.
But it's not as cute.
But I mean, well, it doesn't fit us. Like we're not plus. Yeah, we're not petite.
We're not petite.
We're not
petite.
We're platal. Like we're platal. And I'm pissed that there's never anything to fit me in the store. But it's finding. I'm like, are there not any just like where are my volleyball, basketball players at? Like, where are the rugby players at? Like, where are you guys shopping? Because like I'm a solid like 10, 12, and we'll definitely have some great designers on the show that we've already talked to that make beautiful clothing for tall women. But I mean, it's still so limited compared to the rest, I would say, of the market.
It is.
Yeah, it's a
challenge.
challenge.
I find too that every larger shoe size is always sold out. So there's definitely people who are out there who are trying to, look cute. And I don't know why they're not appeasing to the tall masses here, but I think that we're onto something.
Yeah. I mean, I remember like, oh man, back in the day, like especially when I went to this one like really conservative school for 10 minutes, I literally had to wear like Umbro shorts or like boys cargo shorts.
Under the Catholic school, like plaid skirt.
I was like, it was just like, because nothing would fit me and everything looked absurdly short on me. And I would get sent home. And my sister Alexandra, I think, has the record for being sent home the most times with skirts. But she was just like,
Well,
I
we
don't care
were
where it
rolling
goes.
them. Let's get real.
Was
We
like,
wanted a cute short skirt.
You know, I'm like, wait a minute. But like all my friends that were like 5'5", you know, were wearing Sophie cheerleader shorts. And I'm over here with like my basketball pants.
Oh, Sophie's. What a throwback. I love Sophie shorts.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
Anybody else? Yeah. I remember we always had to like write who you were as a person on the butt. I mean, how are they going to know?
Who are they as a what do you mean? Like,
yeah,
your
you
name?
had to write like cheer or, you know, like whatever on the back. Like it was like,
well, speaking of cheer, could never be a flyer. That's actually, I can't even talk about it without getting upset because I always wanted to be a flyer and I was always the base.
Yep. I got to be the spot in the back.
Yeah, always the spot in the back, just like that solid
I'm just like
rock. Those cute little girls flying into there. I was always so jealous. I hate you guys, but I really love you guys.
You're like, we love you long time. But remember when you punched me in the face multiple times because no one would shoot their arms down the right way? It was always the spot, just get knocked the hell out.
That was tough. What, you were always tall. So like, let's say like in 8th grade, how tall were you?
So the first time I remember being like, damn, this is like a thing.
Yeah.
Was I switched schools and they used to do like physicals in school.
Yeah.
And so they measured me. And first of all, somebody thought I was one of the teachers and it was like super embarrassing. Everything was just like damaged you as a child. I don't know why we were so That's
crazy.
I don't know.
Like
but
you've never seen a tall person in your entire life.
Not at Westminster Catawba. I can tell you that they had not seen one. So I rolled in and we're like doing our physicals. And they measured me. And I remember the lady went and got this like the squeakiest chair, just like dragging it like across the tile floor to like make the biggest scene that she had to get a chair to move the measuring stick up. It was obnoxious.
Oh, wow.
And so finally they measure me and she's like, she's 6 feet. And they're like, what? How tall? 6 feet. She said 6. I mean, it's just like Gladys and Mabel are just yelling back and forth at each other. And I'm like, okay, we get it. I'm a little bit taller than the average bear. But I just remember being 6 foot in the 6th grade.
Wow.
Because it was being screamed across a gymnasium of.
Yeah. So middle school dances weren't fun for you either then, huh?
You know what? Actually, like they were fine because all the short guys were like, I will dance with this tall girl.
Yeah.
It's an advantageous eye line, I think.
They were dancing like this.
A wallflower I was not. And I had really good like girlfriends. Like we always called ourselves the Golden Girls, but like back in the day it was Elisa, Carrie, Erica. Girls, I'm sure you're still out there. I see you on Facebook. But we always looked out for each other. And if anyone was like solo, you had to like you like left your man and you were like girl time. Aww. It's a loyal group for middle school. Yeah, like looking back, I'm like
every girl needs loyal. That. And that's, you know, middle school is definitely probably one of the hardest times to be a tall girl. Yeah. So you need. And
they were super tiny. They were all very short.
Yeah,
so it was like, I remember I just had a flashback to the talent show where like,
what did you do in the talent show? What was your talent?
We did the Macarena, and my mom was really cool and got us like blue hair streaks from Claire's.
Oh,
we wore overalls.
Come and find me. My name is Macarena. I'm too tall. You can't have me.
Right?
Won't stand me.
Oh my gosh, my favorite like song is like the Missy Elliott song where it's like I would always change it to be like you. Are you 6'3"? You want to dance with me? And I'm sophisticated fun.
I like that. Yeah. Best believe I'm number one.
Yeah, I think we should have like. I think you guys need to vote below that Daria needs to sing on this.
We can do a little show. Yeah, we can do a too tall jingle.
Yes.
Actually, I like that idea. I could sing out a tune.
Yeah, I think we should let the fans write it. All 4 fans are out
there.
Who's
a tall Thanks,
singer? Oh, Hannah Waddingham. So. No one asked, but since it's our show and we get to do what we want. Hannah Waddingham, she was the actress that played Rebecca on Ted Lasso. And she is like...
She blonde?
Yes.
Okay. I know who that blonde. Is. I watched one episode, so I know.
Got to get you on that.
He's too nice.
But she's like fierce. She was a Broadway style singer and an amazing vocalist. And then got into acting. And she just is like super tall and just has like such a vibe to her. I just am like, love her. She's great.
You know what's funny too is we'll see someone like that and be like, wow, she's so amazing, so tall. And we don't think of her height as like what makes her cool. But when we think of ourselves, we're so critical of ourselves. We shouldn't be. You know, people look at us and think that we're so beautiful and tall and confident.
That's how I thought of you when I saw you the first time.
Yeah. I'm like, what am I doing having any like issue with it? Like I shouldn't. But we're growing, learning every day. It's hard. But
I mean, I think even, you know, as much as now I have grown into like a confidence with my height, but like it was a long, windy road.
It was. Like I was telling you, my posture was horrible. I was shaped like a cashew until like sophomore year of high school when I finally snapped out of it and realized that that's not going to make me any shorter. It's just going to make me look like a cashew. That's not good. That's not a good look for anybody, girls. Stand up straight, shoulders back.
So you're
book
not
balanced on your head.
You're not a cashew anymore. So what
No.
sort of tall girl nut are you?
I am an almond.
Just a proud
almond.
A proud stately Brazilian nut.
Or you know what? No,
unwavering.
Since I'm Italian, I am a fucking piece of spaghetti.
Just
we can swear in here, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'll keep my F-bombs to a minimum.
Studio. I think we do what we want.
Okay.
Sorry, Mom.
Let's think of some tall girl issues. I'm trying to think. Nothing really comes to mind now that we've laid out all the big ones. Those were like the big haunting,
those are the big ones we've been hanging on to for a minute. I still don't appreciate being kicked out of gymnastics when I thought I was.
They were like, you're too tall for this. Like your feet touch the ground.
I couldn't do the uneven bars.
You couldn't do the uneven bars.
I was upset.
Yeah, I think that's my one. If I could take it all back, I would be like a short gymnast and like go for the gold.
So fun fact, I actually took a gymnastics class. Like after your eligibility is done with the NCAA, they like don't care what happens to your body. So at NC State, you still had to have a PE credit. Like, my blood, sweat, and tears in volleyball wasn't enough. They were like, you need a PE credit. Okay. And I was like, sorry. Right.
What's a PE credit?
PE, like physical.
Oh, PE. Got it.
You're like, what is this
PE credit?
The Southern thing. PE credit. So yeah, still had to go have a gym class in college as a 20-something-year-old. And so I took gymnastics, and I was thinking this would be like, everyone else is taking like tiddlywinks and rock climbing and underwater swimming. So I'm like, okay, cool. I want to take
underwater
gymnastics.
Swimming. What other kind of swimming is there? JK, sorry. Got to call you out on that one.
That's a fair point.
Anyway, like you were saying.
So, when we were taking the underwater swimming, it was public college, it's not, listen. So, I was really excited because I love the gymnastics coach at NC State. And he was like, yeah, you should just come take my class. And I was like, absolutely. And my best friend in that class, her name was Samantha. And so anytime I did something, she called it like the flying squirrel because I was so long. So I'd go and do these tricks, and I was just like, whee! Did you get a good grade? I was like, I did. And I actually was able to do like a back handspring at the end. Like,
that's amazing.
Yeah, I was really proud of myself. But
Can you still do it?
I was like, oh no, it'd probably break.
Can you show us
everything?
Show the listeners and the viewers.
You got it. Oh, I'm sure we can like rip that. I'll find the video. I'll find the video and we'll roll that.
Cool. Yeah,
roll that beautiful bean footage.
Yeah, I like that. That's cool.
Yeah, that was back when I also had like a short bob and bangs, so I don't want to hear it from anybody right now.
We don't have to show that. Nobody needs to see that.
No. Kind of like when I dyed my hair. Like I thought. So once upon a time, I dyed my hair dark like Daria's, and I thought I would look like you. I didn't. I thought I would look like Andy from, the Devil Wears Prada.
What did you look like instead? Like Wednesday Addams?
I did.
From the Addams
exactly.
Wednesday with bangs. You look like Morticia.
No, I looked like Wednesday with bangs.
Okay.
I was going for Morticia. I got Wednesday with bangs.
That'd be a cute costume for you, actually. Maybe next year. You and Chris could be Morticia.
Maybe.
And,
yeah. That's it. I mean, I feel like that's a tall girl challenge. You ever try to like find a tall girl costume? Like everything is like pre-made, very teeny tiny. And so then like I put it on, it looks like I'm supposed to be on the cover of like Maxim. Like it's like I'm trying to be like a can of soup, and it's like somehow that still doesn't look appropriate. A can of
soup. Wait, that actually brings me to a tall girl issue. 2 years ago I was Guy Fieri for Halloween. Nice. Shout out to my favorite guy. I want to meet you so bad, and we love you. You're my Lord and Savior. I was Guy Fieri, and there was so much talk around town about if I was a man or not, because I was tall and I have broad shoulders, and so many people were either whispering in front of me or coming straight up and asking me if I was a man or a woman because they legit could not tell. So yeah, that's a tough one. That was a tough one.
Yeah.
I might have shed a tear or two. And then I was wearing his facial hair, so I rubbed it off, and I was like, I'm not a man. Clearly, I have tits.
I'm a beautiful girl.
I'm a beautiful woman. And yeah, but that costume is great. If you look on my Instagram, you can see it at Daria Gobbles or Goggles. Either one.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I'm trying to think of that's happened to me quite a few times, but unfortunately it wasn't even a Halloween. So I feel like
at least Halloween is like, the mistake could be made.
Yeah. It is always kind of nice though, because anytime I go to like drag brunch or something, like,
they're like, go on stage.
There's at least one of the performers that's like, hey, where'd you get that? And to me, that's like, there's no higher compliment that I could get. Like, so if I go to drag brunch or drag show and one of the performers is like into my outfit and wants to know where I got it, I'm like,
that's a compliment.
Yeah.
You should take it as such.
Yeah. I've actually had some of the performers borrow my clothes. I thought I was very proud.
No way.
Yep.
Wow. And actually, speaking of that, we have a big celebration coming up this weekend. Jana's birthday was a couple weeks ago, but we're celebrating it this Saturday. We're doing a Dolly Parton themed birthday.
Yeah.
But wait, tell the listeners and the viewers about the charity that we were going to donate to for your birthday. It's the Dolly Parton Foundation for Books, right?
So it's called Imagination Library.
Yeah.
And if you meet me for more than 37 seconds, I will tell you about my dogs. I will tell you I love Dolly and tell you that one day I want to be one of the Golden Girls.
Oh, they're one of the Golden Girls?
Well,
we're definitely the Arthur, unfortunately.
100%.
She's the tall one. We know.
Yeah, we know. But I also, B, I loved because like her lines were always just so great and she just delivered them beautifully. So yeah, I'm always proud to be the B of the group. And now I have a second B, which I appreciate.
Love you, B.
So yeah, Imagination Library is something that Dolly Parton created because, she grew up obviously in the Smoky Mountains where there wasn't a lot of access to education, and she never wanted that for children in the future. And she wanted them to have access to books and have access to reading. So it's a program that children can sign up for, and they get a book every year. I'm not exactly sure what age it ends, but like it's for the first like primary years of their life. They get a book every single month. And it's great seeing it because, it's something she's so passionate about and so many publishing companies have gotten behind it. But yeah, I just kind of said, I have everything and that I could ever want. So I just asked people if they would just donate to Dolly Parton's Imagination Library instead.
We hear that, guys. If you have a heart, donate to that foundation so we can celebrate Jana's birthday in the perfect way.
Yeah. I was like, and I feel like she's a, not that she's tall, but I do feel like she has that SFE for sure.
Has SFE.
SFE all day.
6 foot energy for those who don't know.
Yeah.
I should know that.
I think Dolly has serious SFE and she just is very unapologetic for who she is. And so I would encourage younger girls, like, cause we've been through this, like, it's not easy and it's easy for us. I think now, like, cause welcome to the 30 Club. Sorry, I just turned 32
on Monday. No big deal.
Now we're card carrying members of the Dirty 30 Club together. But I mean, when it was the camp dance and when I was trying to find
the
pants
camp dance, did you get like rejected by a guy at a camp dance?
I did.
I totally did.
I never forgot you, by the way.
What was his name? Let's put him on blast.
Danny.
But Danny is living in his mom's basement now. So.
I don't know where Danny is. I can't remember his name was Danny. But I do remember my mom, like, Mom, I will always be grateful for you for this. I don't know where she found this dress, but like she must have looked high and low because there were no cute dresses to fit me. And she sent me the cutest dress. But shout out to the camp counselors who asked me to dance instead. Kind of like when I had to go to Cotillion. That was devastating. I had to go to Cotillion and everyone was too short. No one wanted to walk me to the punch bowl. No. But Michael Miller was kind enough to always make sure that like I had an escort to dance with me. It was rough in these streets.
Wait, so for those who don't know, like myself, Cotillion is one of those dances where you wear like the white dress and you do the etiquette stuff.
Yeah, so I didn't do the whole like white dress thing. That's
kind of creepy.
That's debutante. Yeah, no, I didn't need my dad giving me away with my cousin escorting me. We didn't do that. Yeah. But I mean, if you're into it, you're into it. But for me, I was
right. No judgment zone here.
But it was like I got like the list of parties you and your mom had to have, and I was like, no. No. So, but Cotillion we did. It was basically to like teach you how to do certain dances, to like teach you how to like interact with a partner. But yeah, it was like a giant pain in the ass for me because like I was just like towering, trying to like live my best Cotillion life, and like no one wanted to dance with me. It was
guys don't grow till later, so boys are way behind us in terms of height. So if you were 6 foot, they were probably 5'6".
Yes, and it was like,
and their voices are like, Jana, would you like to dance with me?
It was just tough. But there were these like they had like older high school guys, who were like supposed to like help teach us and everything like that. And like one of them was like his sister was my babysitter. So he always like looked out for me and would like make sure that I had a dance partner and stuff. And I was always very grateful for him.
Thank God I never went to Cotillion. Thanks, Mom.
Yeah. Do Florida people have Cotillion?
No. Well, I'm not from Florida. I guess it's more of like a Southern thing because I'm from Pittsburgh.
You're from Pittsburgh. Yeah. It's definitely not a Pittsburgh thing.
No. We were like, here's an Iron City beer and let's eat some barbecued squirrels and watch the Steelers game.
Oh, it sounds very similar to the South. It's just a different, it's just a different football team. Yeah. But so that was always fun. I'm trying to like, I can't wait to like continue this series because I feel like we're just going to be like dredging up things from our childhood.
I know. And they're things that I bet every single one of you tall girls can relate to.
Yeah.
I know that we're trying to keep it relatable here. And I think that any tall girl can hear this and at least take a little something from it.
Yeah. And I want to hear from the tall guys too, because I know that's got to be different. Like one of the things we definitely have to talk about, I know dating's like a whole
next
other
episode perhaps will be about dating.
But talking about how the fact that like the tall guys are in demand, but it's like not just from the tall girls, but it's like from the short girls. Cause like who doesn't want like just a tall
those
drink
short
of water?
girls do not deserve it.
I'm like, and we're gonna like fight you for them, like, which is really funny.
Tall
to me.
girls should go with tall guys. Short guy, you know what? Yeah, like that's just how God intended it.
Daria's like, I am taking a stance, and it's happening today.
Thank God my boyfriend's tall, but I was elbowing girls out of the way to get to tall guys before. Cause it's so unfair. What a waste.
See, I always thought it was really funny because people are always asking like, oh, is it hard to find tall guys? I'm like, no, being a tall girl is like kind of like Field of Dreams. Like these days, like when you're a kid, I'm not gonna lie, it sucks. It will get better in college.
Yeah.
Just
there's hope for you. Hang tight.
Hang tight. It's not your moment
You'll be
right
a beautiful
now. Hang tight.
swan and a butterfly.
Exactly.
In no time.
So when you get to that point, I feel like it's just like Field of Dreams. Cause if I walk into a bar, like when I was single, like inevitably somebody will just bring you a tall man. They'll be like, you're tall. You have to meet my friend. Meet Dave. Like, and Dave's like 7'5", and it plays for the baseball team, whatever. They will just drag them to you. Cause inevitably there's a very like bashfully tall individual hovering in a corner somewhere wishing he could be anywhere else, but his loud, shorter friends made him come out. So there he is. And they just drag him to you.
Yeah. And even if he's a 6, he's a 10 because he's tall.
Listen, that's like so accurate.
Sorry, but it is what it is. I didn't make the rules.
You're like, I didn't make the rules. TikTok did. We'll blame them.
I don't even have a TikTok. Do you?
Really?
Yeah. I just like don't care. I got enough social media. I got Twitter. But I keep Twitter alive. I think I'm one of the only people that still use Twitter.
I feel like
I'm like the old man Jenkins with the Twitter.
I feel like a boomer. I'm like, I don't tweet. I don't know, the Twitch, no Twitter.
The TikTok?
It's the Facebook for me. When people are like the internet,
the
internets and the Facebooks.
Wow, what a time.
Yeah. But we'll keep them alive on all the channels. We wouldn't miss anybody.
Absolutely not. Wow. Do you think of any other plights of being a tall woman for this episode, or do you think we should razzle dazzle on out of here?
I think we razzle dazzle on out of here and save some more for another day.
Okay, cool. Well, thanks so much for listening, guys. Again, this is the Too Tall to Handle podcast,
where the tall tribe comes to vibe.
Have a good night. Thanks for listening. Come back next week. Oh, and we actually, one more thing we forgot to mention. Every episode is going to be released on Tall Tuesday. So keep your Tuesdays wide open. I'm sure you have nothing else going on because it's Tuesday.
Grab a taco.
Grab
a
taco. Yes. Taco Tall Tuesday.
That's our favorite thing.
Done.